Today, technology and social media are common, bringing with them shallow and short-lived pleasures. Stoicism, on the other hand, suggests a deeper and more genuine way of living. Attracting a good woman isn't just about looking good, it's also about showing your core values. Through the teachings of Stoic philosophers like Seneca Epicus and Marcus Aurelius, we are led on a journey to find deep meaning in all relationships. Stoicism not only teaches us how to attract others, but it also lets us enter into real, meaningful relationships that are in line with who we are. Let's follow the road of Stoicism to not only find a good partner, but also to learn more about the world and how things work in the real world. Let's build a relationship that lasts and is worth it. Let's begin by thinking about the spirit of Stoicism, allowing our hearts to be open to learning and honesty. When we apply these ideas to relationships, we can step into a world where real connection is valued. Stoicism's deep philosophy leads us to knowledge, devotion to virtue, and building a strong inner strength that can withstand life's storms. Simply being Stoic not only makes us more beautiful, but it also tells us to look for and attract partners who value honesty, integrity, and depth when it comes to attracting a good woman. Stoicism has a very positive view. By showing that we are firm in our morals and free from small desires, we not only make ourselves more appealing to others, but we also make ourselves more attractive to ourselves. Strive for a long-lasting relationship based on mutual respect and shared values, not just on looks or short-lived emotions. This will help you win over hearts in a real way, getting past any surface issues and connecting souls through self-improvement, which is the first lesson of Stoic philosophy, and what we see here is how it can help you attract high-level partners. Self-improvement is the first step on the path to becoming a high-caliber person. It's not enough to align our thoughts, words, and actions with our highest values. We also need to create a resonance that attracts peers of the same caliber. This brings us to the deep world of Stoic philosophy and its ideas about amor fati, or love of fate, and how they help us understand relationships. Amor fati teaches us to accept the specific outcomes of fate and to appreciate all the events that happen in our lives, including those that happen in love and relationships. By developing inner peace and strong patience, we become more attractive as partners. We learn to face the unknowns of relationships with calmness and courage, which draws in high-level partners with our stability and strength. For example, a high-status woman might be looking for a man who can handle legal issues. 2. Putting Stoic ideas into practice. Second set of partners bringing Stoic ideas to the search for partner. How can we correctly apply Stoic ideas when we are looking for a good partner? How can we change our behavior to match the wisdom of Stoicism when it comes to dating and relationships? Let's look into these questions together as we move toward a Stoic approach aimed at attracting a worthy partner. Adopting Stoicism isn't just about understanding and pondering its teachings. It's also about putting these lessons into practice in our daily lives. This means that the Stoic path to attracting a high-quality partner involves internalizing and changing. The third part is that of 3. How to be in control of yourself. Stoic philosophy talks about self-control in interactions. Learning to control your emotions is not only a way to get stronger, but it can also help you stay calm and brave when life gets tough. Self-control isn't just holding yourself back in a boring way. It's also about learning how to handle life's storms with steadfastness and unwavering resolve. In relationships, this means developing patience, clear communication, and the ability to set and respect boundaries from a Stoic point of view. Self-control not only helps us resist temptations and problems, but it also makes our freedom and sense of worth greater. Marcus Aurelius, a Roman emperor and Stoic philosopher, said that we should be in charge of how we feel about things that happen around us. He thought that this was the key to living a life that wasn't affected by the ups and downs of fate. In relationships, too, Self-control is important for keeping things in balance and harmony. When we learn to control ourselves, we become not only more patient when facing problems, but also more flexible in how we solve them. Number 4. Being fair and for. Being fair and respectful are important in Stoic relationships as you try to become one. Taking on life. Fairness is an undeniable virtue that helps people build and keep healthy, important relationships. Stoics believe that being fair isn't just an action, but also a deep way of thinking about how to treat all living things with kindness, deep respect, and understanding. This includes being fair not only when it comes to finding and attracting a good partner. It can be seen in big and small things that we do every day, like how we listen, answer, and interact with others. Realizing the Stoic virtue of fairness means being kind and caring without expecting anything in return, and respecting and honoring other people's freedom and autonomy. It also means not forcing our views on others in a bossy way. Classical Stoic philosophers like Seneca and Epictetus stressed that fairness and mutual respect are the building blocks of all healthy social relationships. For example, Epictetus said that we shouldn't just care about our own gain, but also about the common good, which we can show by treating everyone equally and fairly in healthy relationships. Fairness is a Stoic virtue that tells us to treat others with sincerity, kindness, and understanding, recognizing and respecting their differences and similarities. This builds a strong base for a long-lasting and fulfilling relationship. Number 5. Being kind, and 5. Being kind and nice. Being polite and kind are Stoic virtues in today's fast-paced and always changing world. Being kind and polite in every contact is not only a sign of virtue, but also a way to build harmony and real connection. Stoicism, a philosophy that focuses on self-control and living in harmony with nature, helps us see and accept the lines between what we can manage and what we can't. When we use this technique in partnerships, it not only makes us more attractive as partners, it also brings us people with similar souls. So how can we use Stoic ideas in our daily lives and when building relationships? First, practice self-observation. Pay attention to how you react to situations and people. Then, remember that every interaction is a chance to show kindness, patience, and acceptance. This not only makes us calmer and more confident, but it also makes room for deeper, more meaningful connections with those around us. A Stoic philosopher once said that the best way to find inner peace and self-control is not to control others, but to accept and fully understand yourself and the world around you. In all of your relationships, see patience and acceptance not as giving up, but as the highest form of self-control and understanding that leads to real and lasting connections. Let's keep going on this journey of discovery, with the light of Stoic philosophy shining on us to find meaningful relationships. In the big picture, insight instead of feelings or outside forces. Being wise in our choices and actions not only shows that we can think deeply and carefully, but it also confirms that we can make adult decisions, which is something a valued leadership partner would value. Number 8, ongoing. 8. Self-evolution. That never stops. Stoicism and self-evolution. According to the Stoic philosophy, our ongoing self-evolution not only makes us more attractive to partners who value personal growth, but it also helps us build deep and meaningful relationships. By pursuing honesty, courage, moderation, wisdom, and reflection, we not only find noble companions, but we also grow in those relationships as we continue on this path. Applying Stoic principles to our search for and maintenance of relationships with partners helps us understand them better and gain more experience. As we go further along this path, we start to see the positive changes that Stoicism makes in our lives and in our relationships with others. As Stoics, we invite ourselves to go deeper into this journey, exploring and subtly applying Stoic ideas. Getting to the bottom of Stoic thought. Stoicism is like peeling a cabbage. Each layer not only opens up our view, but also gives us more depth and knowledge as we try to find harmony between our intellect and our emotions. Partners, we've learned about the virtues of self-control and bravery, as well as the idea of love. Love of fate. Next, we'll talk about another important Stoic principle, the practice of improving yourself. In this practice, we learn to accept each moment as it comes, taking charge of our feelings and thoughts in any situation instead of letting them shape us. When it comes to relationships, this principle tells us to accept our partner with all of their flaws and strengths, building a strong base for a long-lasting, deep connection. This acceptance is the secret that discerning partners are looking for. People thought that the virtue of knowledge was the most valuable thing in the Stoic treasure. In relationships, trove means understanding and empathizing with the other person, making choices that are good for both of you, and always learning from each experience to grow and get better as a couple. Sophisticated partners really value wisdom because it shows that you are mature and have a deep soul. We also learn the value of detachment by realizing that everything outside of us is temporary, and true happiness lies inside of us. This stability, we want to really think about how to use Stoicism to find a partner who not only shares our vision and noble values, but also walks with us. 6. Having sincerity. Number 6. Sincerity is a powerful way to attract a high-level partner. Understanding and following the principles of Stoicism isn't just something you do in theory. It should show up in every action and relationship you have. To start this exploration, we will talk about the undeniable power of sincerity. Stoicism shows us how important it is to be true to ourselves, stick to the principles we've chosen, and be honest about our feelings and thoughts in order to attract a high-level partner. Being sincere not only makes us stand out, but it also shows that we believe in ourselves, are okay with our flaws, and are serious about what we want to do. People who value honesty and depth are drawn to this, to clear up the path to a real and lasting relationship. Followers of Stoic philosophy know that a real relationship isn't just based on physical attraction, but also on a harmony of souls and values in a partner. We're not looking for someone who is physically perfect, but someone who completes our souls. We want someone who can share our goals and look in the same direction. And problems that this process brings up, sincerity is not only a lifeline, it's also a lighthouse that points the way to mutual respect and understanding. 7th, Bravery. 7. Stoic philosophy talks about moderation and courage. In the spirit of Stoicism, let's think about the virtue of bravery. Stoicism says that courage isn't just facing physical challenges, it also means being brave when facing mental hardships, sticking with things even when they're hard, and standing up for what's right when we look for a partner to share a leadership role. Being brave by talking about our feelings, solving problems in a healthy way, and setting healthy limits for ourselves shows that we are strong and mature. Without a doubt, possible partners are interested in these traits. Next, let's look at the principle of moderation from a Stoic point of view. Finding balance in all parts of life, including relationships, is what moderation is all about. Moderation helps us stay away from mental and behavioral extremes that can make relationships unstable. Moderation brings balance, which makes for a healthy setting that draws people who value stability and balance. Stoicism also values wisdom, which means making choices based on deep understanding and only makes us more attractive, but is also essential for a healthy, fulfilling relationship on the path of Stoicism. We discover that it's not only an endless process of learning, but also a journey towards self-improvement. This requires us to live in harmony with nature, be true to ourselves, and empathize with those around us. As we continue on this path, we become more attractive to potential life partners, of high value, reflecting maturity, depth, and sincerity in every action we take. Stoicism emphasizes not only restraint and courage, but also encourages us to develop a broad, heart-deep wisdom and a steadfast soul. This gives us the ability to face and overcome any challenge with calm and confidence, while maintaining an ever-expanding heart filled with love and gratitude. This not only creates a meaningful personal life, but also contributes to a more peaceful world where each individual shines with their noblest qualities in the dance of life and love. Stoicism guides our every move. Finding a good match isn't about changing how we look on the outside, but about changing how we feel on the inside by embracing and developing traits like wisdom, courage, justice, and moderation. So, we look for harmony not only in our relationships with other people, but also with ourselves and the world. This opens up a life full of meaning and depth, where happiness is not the goal, but the journey on our path to self-discovery. We've been on the Stoic path, a way to improve ourselves where we learn and nurture important virtues. We've learned how to be honest and moderate while embracing amor fati and developing the discipline to better ourselves. The Stoic approach has taught us how to find good companions on this path. Remember that the spirit of Stoicism doesn't just help us find a partner, it also helps us live a meaningful life. Make a promise to use these lessons in your daily life, and watch as they change not only your relationships, but also your character. We appreciate having you along on this trip through Stoicism and the art of attracting noble companions. If you liked what we talked about today, please show your support by clicking the like button. You can join our community by subscribing to get more information that will make you think, and by commenting on this post to share your thoughts. Let's keep this talk going and build a community of people who value self-reflection and personal growth. Thanks for being a part of this trip to better understanding and strength. Until we meet again, stay in the moment, be strong, and adopt a Stoic attitude.